Hello, welcome to my channel where I bring you lampworking tutorials and demonstrations. Today I'm going to show you how to use striking colors. A striking color is any glass color that actually reacts to the flame and changes color as you work it. So today I'm just going to go over how to actually use these colors to get the most out of the color and really bring out kind of the depth and the variation. To keep things simple, I'm just going to be making a little mini mushroom such as this one so we can focus on the mechanics of the color rather than the design. And I'm going to be using one of my favorite striking colors, which is double amber purple, but the principles you learn in this video can be applied to any striking color that you want to use. All right, let's dive right in. So for tools today, I'll be using my marble mold, my reamer, my tweezers, and a handle as well. And then for color, I'll be using this rod of double amber purple and a 7mm clear rod for my loop. So for this demonstration, I'll be using just my inner flame, and double amber purple is rather sensitive to reduction, so I do want to make sure I have a nice driving oxygenated flame. And just warming up my punny here before I introduce my color into the flame. Some striking colors like amber purple, double amber purple, the passion family of colors have kind of an outer film that you need to blast off by hitting it with an oxygenated flame. And as you're working the color, you'll kind of see this film start to blow away and disappear. Here you can kind of see what that looks like and see the line between where the glass has become more transparent and where there's still kind of that outer film remaining. So now that I've cleared that film off of the bottom of the piece, I'm going to go ahead and attach my punny. And then I'm going to continue working my color and just making sure that I'm completely blasting off that outer film all the way as I continue working up the glass color and forming my stem of my mushroom. And at this point, I'm continuing to work my way up to what will become my mushroom cap and making sure I'm adding enough glass to form the cap while simultaneously making sure I'm careful to completely blow off that outer film. Before I begin shaping here, I want you to just take note of how the entire piece is this kind of translucent amber color. And I'm putting that back into the flame now to begin the shaping process, which will also begin the process of striking my color. Basically, to strike a color, you want to let the glass cool down as much as possible and then put it directly into the flame and expose it to high heat as quickly as you can. And kind of that force between hot and cold is what starts to bring out the color. So here you can kind of see the purple on my mushroom cap beginning to pull out as I begin the striking process. So while showing you guys, this was able to cool down a little bit more, and then I'm hitting it with the flame again, and you can see how much darker that purple is after just that one other introduction to the flame, really starting to pull out the depth of this purple color. So now I'm adding my loop. I did speed this portion up quite a bit just because I do have another tutorial that goes really in depth on loop making. So if you want to watch that, make sure you check that one out after you finish this video. But you'll notice as I'm going through this loop making process, the glass does have time to continue going through that kind of cool down and then back into the heat and cool down and back into the heat. So this does continue striking the color and pulling out more and more of that color as I'm making my loop. And throughout this loop making process, if I notice any little spots that I would like to strike further, I'll make sure to go ahead and hit those with my flame as well, whether it's just on the front of the mushroom cap or on the back of the mushroom cap. So you can kind of see how basically the top half of the piece is pretty well stricken at this point, but the bottom of my mushroom is still that translucent amber and hasn't really had any striking to it at all. So at this point, I am striking the bottom, so I let it cool down and then just entered it right into the flame. A little bit of shaping here and back into the flame to just really expose the cool glass to that high heat. And as you can see here, that's really starting to pull out that color in the stem as well. Here's a close-up of the finished piece to really show you the kind of variety and depth of color that you can get with these striking colors. I do hope that you found this tutorial useful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, check out my Etsy store if you'd like to see more of my work and support it as well. Thanks so much.